there's a lot of buzz with WNBA. But yeah, lead it off, man.
So the men's team, they just won gold. Like I said, phenomenal work right there. Golf clap. Women's plays France tomorrow. But I can't ignore the noise. The USA guards have struggled to make an impact.
Ooh,
we have a 100-year-old dinosaur, Diana Taurasi, still playing for the team. I don't know why. But do you still? Let me ask you. Do you still think it was a huge mistake to leave Caitlin Clark off the roster? just in terms of market, but also just in terms of play.
Great question. First off, I love that. I don't think I could have worded that any better. But I 100% think and believe. Everyone that's subscribed to us knows my rants that I went on where I called the WNBA out. I think with the Team USA women's team not having Caitlin Clark and the fact that the guards have been struggling, it puts an entire different emphasis on that position. And when you do that, you have women like Caitlin Clark, who are obviously going to go down in history as one of the best guards ever. And she's a phenomenal player. She's a phenomenal person. The fact that she's taken so much shit from everyone the last 6 months of her life and still hooping, I love that. Congrats, girl. But I 100% do not like the fact that Team USA disregarded her. I understand her stats weren't there. She didn't have the playing time. It was her first year in the season. But y'all messed up, man. I think if you had that girl, they're playing for the gold tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But I think it would even be, I don't think it would even be a question if Caitlin Clark was on that starting five. Or even in the team. I mean, maybe 7, 8 men off the bench. Hell, put her 11. Who cares? But that's my take on it. D, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, the gap between the U.S. in terms of, basketball, right, in the women's side is still so vast. Why not put Caitlin Clark as the 12th person on the team? But even then, I mean, Dawn Staley, I think the head coach of South Carolina women's team, she even said that, hey, if she would have played like this, earlier in the year, that she would have for sure been on the team.
Play like what? She's been lights out. I mean, with the 11, 12, 13 minutes that she's getting a game, she's shadowing everyone else. Like, it's insane. I mean, you got girls like Angel Reese, ladies like Angel Reese, that are out there, and they're balling out 30 minutes a game, 40 minutes a game, and it's like, and she's still not putting up the same numbers as Caitlin Clark is. In a fraction of the time.
The difference is that Angel Reese, she's kind of a third, she's more like a second or third option on her team, where, she's getting points, she's getting rebounds, but she's not the main option on the team like Caitlin Clark is. Teams are ganging up on her, making sure she doesn't put up points like a Steph Curry.
She's a female Steph. I was just going to say female Steph Curry for the Fever. I love that girl. I have so much respect for you, Caitlin. I hope sometime our paths will cross. Maybe you'll be a guest on our podcast one day or something. I don't know, but I have so much respect for you. Like, I just seriously, like, the amount of shit that has been talked about her. And she's still gets out the door every morning, goes and puts in the time, gets on the court, goes and performs. Enough said. I'm done. I'm a huge fan of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark MVP next year.
I'm down. I will put a future bet right now on that. It's probably a plus 1,600, but I will do that shit all day long.
And I'll be honest. I've seen every single one of the U.S. men's games. Group play, all of the knockout games. I'm honestly, because Caitlin Clark, and I'm telling this from the perspective of a fan of basketball, right? I don't care.
And we both are huge basketball fans.
Men, doesn't matter. I haven't watched a full game of women's, but I can guarantee you, coming from a basketball fan, if they would have had Caitlin Clark on the team, I'm not saying I would have watched all the games, but I would have watched a good amount of games. Definitely the knockout games. You're just losing you're losing a large portion of audience that would have watched it. If they watched the Olympics, oh shit, Caitlin Clark's hooping. I think I might watch the WNBA next year. You're losing a lot of those people that would have otherwise, seen basketball.
Like I said, I couldn't agree more, man. It's funny because if we look back 6 months ago when we had this conversation right before the draft and everything was happening, and in one of our earlier videos we did, I said if you go into a supermarket and you ask any 11 or 12-year-old girl, can they name a WNBA basketball player? Yeah. And what's the one name you're gonna get? Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark,
right? We love you, Caitlin. Just continue being you. beat this shit. You're going to make it through. You're going to set records. You're going to do great things. We love you. We support you.